your favorite career moments thus far. Which ones would you say are like your top three?
I would say number one probably was when I dove off the War Games cage.
Oh, yes.
That was like, I had just gotten there. I was always a fan of like hardcore crazy wrestling, like anything that involved like weapons or cages or anything like that. And I was so young too. And I just remember I loved like the War Games matches. So then when I found out I was in it, I don't know if it was, I wanted to do it just because I loved that type of wrestling, but I think it was also kind of a like proving myself type of thing. Like I had just gotten there and I was like, I'm the one that's going to the top of the cage. I'm that. I think it was like, I was the very first one to call it. Like as soon as I heard I was in the match, I was like, I'm doing it. So that was really cool. I remember being so scared because we had done it in rehearsal once, but in rehearsal there were no like I think in the actual one you can see there's like these black beams that are kind of right there. So like there's only like this little tiny space for my feet. But when we had rehearsed it, like the day prior, they had the cage set up. There were no black beams there, so I had a lot of room for my feet. So I felt a lot, more comfortable. But then when I got up there, I realized there were like these black beams up there. I was like, oh my God, you could see me like trying to like turn around and like place my feet. That was scary. But I just remember being up there and I was like, well, I just got to do it now. I'm already up here.
It's just like adrenaline.
Stacy's the best. She's like a wrestling fan too. So she was super down to do it. She's like, I'll be the one on the table. Like she's insane. But that was one of my favorite memories. And then I feel like winning the tag titles with Roxanne, just because that was like, it just felt like a very full circle thing. Like we talked about this, dreamed about this, we're here together, and then we won the belts together. It just felt very like, I don't know, very full circle and like a moment that I'll always remember. I don't know, I feel like there's so many. Wrestling Natty was a good one too, because I watched her as a kid and watched Total Divas, and she was like one of my first ever favorite like female wrestlers when I first started watching in like 2010, 2009. So getting to wrestle her was great because she's just one of those people who have obviously grew up in the business. It's in her blood. She knows wrestling like the back of her hand, and she's so sweet and helpful. And she was very helpful, especially to me at that time. I was so new to do a match like that, and it was like one of my longer matches. And wrestling Natty, she's a legend. So I remember being so scared, but then she made the match so easy. It was so much fun. And I remember afterwards just being like, okay, if I can do that, then I can do any match. Like I'll be fine. But that was a lot of fun.
And how did you like working with Bailey?
That was one of my dream matches, so I'm so glad I got to do that, especially like towards the end of my time there, because we had gotten so close just over the last few years. So it was so cool to be able to wrestle not only my idol, so that was going to be cool because it was like little 8-year-old me or 10-year-old me, however old I was, watching her, like being able to put that into real life was so cool. But also I remember being so nervous just because I'm always nervous. It never changes. I've been the same amount of nervousness since I started, but she made me so comfortable. I was nervous not only to wrestle her, but also just in front of everybody. Like this is a big match and I didn't want to disappoint anyone in the back. I didn't want to disappoint the fans, and I especially didn't want to disappoint her because I have watched her for years and wanted to wrestle her for so long. So I was so nervous, but she just made me so comfortable, and she was just so easy to work with. I feel like we had such good chemistry. Then afterwards, she's just a goof. We're just laughing and joking immediately. Like it was just so much fun. Like those are one of the matches that I have that I just remember having so much fun, even though I was so nervous.